Yo, what's up? My name is Franco and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the UPLIFT VERT ergonomic chair. Now, I've got a certain soft spot for UPLIFT because they were one of the first companies to ever work with me with this channel. As a small creator with a really small audience, it's always hard finding companies that are willing to take that risk, but UPLIFT did that, so I'll forever be grateful to them. They sent me this chair for free, but they did not pay me to do the review, nor have they told me what I can and cannot say. So as much as I love UPLIFT, if I don't like something about this chair, I'm going to be very transparent about it. I've reviewed one chair on this channel before, and that's my normal everyday chair, and it's a gaming chair. It's the Secretlab Titan. Currently that video is doing pretty well in terms of views on this channel, and with all those views comes a bunch of comments, and let me tell you, people are really opinionated about chairs. I had no idea I was entering into this eternal battle between ergo and gaming, but the truth is, if a chair is built well and you don't like it, chances are it's not the chair. It's just not the right chair for you, and that's totally okay. We're all made differently, and we all have different preferences and things that we need out of a chair. There isn't one style or one type of chair that fits everybody, and if you watch my video on posture, well, then you probably know by now that the chair is not going to be the determining factor in whether or not you have postural issues or back pain, but it is something to consider. With all of that being said, I'm sure this is just going to go in one ear and right out the other for some people. It's like they need to advocate for one of two sides. You ever notice when someone likes something, they go out of their way to trash whatever it is that's on the other side of that? I have an Android. Apple's trash. I'm a dog person. Cats are trash. I play on an Xbox. PlayStation is trash. Damn, dude, just like what you like. It's not that serious. Let other people live. And while we're on the subject, since when do I have so many chair experts in my comments? And if the video is about gaming chairs, well then, why are you commenting on it if you don't like gaming chairs? How do you even get there? I don't get it. Okay, rant over. Let me just tell you what I do and do not like about the UPLIFT VERT. To begin, the chair sells for $359, which puts it in line with the Secretlab line of chairs, more or less. I think it's a little bit cheaper. It's an ergo-style chair that opts for a cushioned seat and mesh back. The base is made of metal, and the chair feels pretty solid and not like anything on it would break easily. The controls seem to be made of plastic, and the armrests are hard without any sort of cushion. It arrived well packaged, and setup was pretty easy. You can attach the headrest, or you can decide to go without it. If you choose not to use it, they included little covers to make the spot where you would have connected it look nice and clean. Putting it together consisted of attaching the wheels, bolting the bottom to the top, and putting the assembled chair onto the base. All in all, I think it took me about 15 to 20 minutes, and they included all the tools that I needed. You have some standard adjustment options in the chair, like reclining the back, adjusting the height, and raising and lowering the armrests. One cool thing you can do is adjust the seat depth as well. I've never seen this on a chair before, but it could just be that my chair experience is a little limited. Also, you can lock all of these positions in place. Now, this brings me to my first and biggest issue with the chair, and the reason why I won't be using it as my regular everyday chair. It's kind of small, and I'm too big for it. As soon as I sat in the chair, I noticed and was a little bummed. It's not that it's so small that it feels uncomfortable, but I definitely feel like I was a bit squeezed in. Also, my head comes nowhere near the headrest if I'm sitting remotely straight. Does that make it a bad chair? Not at all. Actually, I think it's really comfortable. I just don't think that it's the right size for me, and so it's probably not the right chair for me. I'm 5 feet 11 inches and about 210 pounds. I got short little legs and a long torso, and this is what it looks like when I sit in it. My wife is 5'1" and weighs about 102 pounds, and this is what it looks like when she sits in it. It seems to be a perfect fit for her, and she's pretty stoked that she'll be using it regularly at her desk. Now, that being said, even though I'm too big for it, I still find it really comfortable. When I lean back into it, I really feel like the mesh back conforms to my back to give me that support, as opposed to a gaming style chair where when I lean back into it, it's like I'm pressing up against that cushion. They're both offering support for my back, just in different styles, so it depends on what you prefer. It's kind of like having a soft bed versus a firm bed. Do you want something that's going to conform to your back, or do you want something that's a little more stiff that's going to be something you can push up against? The mesh backing actually breathes, so I'm not as sweaty when I sit in this chair, unlike my other chair that's made out of that PU leather, so that is pretty nice. The cushion seat is really comfortable, and thanks to the depth adjustment, I can get it just right for the length of my legs, so when I'm sitting in it for multiple hours editing video or streaming, that's right, streaming on Twitch, where I do that 3 days a week. You can come by, hang out, talk about stuff, play video games. You're following, right? When I sit in it for long periods of time, I don't feel sore or uncomfortable. It took me almost no time at all to get used to it, and once I did, it became something I didn't really think about anymore. Because I'm a little too big for it, I couldn't really sit cross-legged in this chair as comfortably as I can in my other chair, but one leg under the other is still totally fine. The chair also reclines, but not to the point where I'm practically laying down. Overall, I find the comfort of this chair to be great, and the build quality is fantastic. And if I were the right size for it, I'm assuming it'd be even better. Now, that doesn't mean that everything is perfect, and there are some things that I dislike about it. My biggest complaint about this chair is going to be the lack of adjustability. It has your basic adjustments, but I wish that I could adjust the headrest height. If I could do this, at least then the chair would just feel like it was a little snug as opposed to being way too small for me because my head doesn't even reach the headrest. Also, the armrest can only go up and down as opposed to the four-dimensional directions that most gaming chairs can move their armrests. If you can move it like this, well then you could accommodate the different positions that people like to put their arms in when they game, and then I would think the chair was a little bit more appropriate for gaming specifically. I also think that the armrests are a little hard, and if you're using them for long periods of time, they become a little bit uncomfortable. The chair has lumbar support as well, but to be honest, I feel like the lumbar support isn't very aggressive. Now for me, that's not a negative thing because I don't really tend to like lumbar support very much, so I'm okay with that. But if you're someone who needs that extra lumbar support, unless I'm just adjusting it incorrectly, I don't think that you're gonna get that much of it from this chair specifically. I've only had the chair for about a week or two, but it's the only chair that I've been using at home during that time. So my thoughts are more of an immediate impression, and I can't really speak to the longevity of the chair. My overall impression of the chair is really positive, with standout things like comfort and durability. My real complaints just lie in the lack of adjustability, but if that's not really a big deal to you and you're the right size for this chair, well then I think it's an awesome option for a mid-priced ergo chair. They definitely come cheaper, but they definitely also come much more expensive. It sits right there in the middle in between those two price points, and I think it'd be a great investment for your setup if it aligns with what you need out of a chair. According to their website, the return policy is 30 days, and they even pay for the shipment to return it. So if you end up not liking it, you're not stuck with the chair. Also, if you're looking for a really high quality standing desk, that's also something that they sell, and I have had mine for a few months and I still absolutely love it. So nothing but praise for that thing. They have other options of chairs on their website, but this is the only one that I tried, some of them being much more expensive and some of them actually even being cheaper, like the Pursuit, which sells for $329, I believe. Surprisingly, that one looks like it has more adjustments, so it may be more appropriate for gaming. I don't know. If I ever have a chance to try it out, I'll definitely do a review video on that as well, so let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. If you found this video helpful, well then I would love for you to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the video out with the algorithm, and I would love to hit 20,000 subs by the end of the year. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Peace!